Hey everybody, it's George, Kansas here. I wanted to share with you a little message called How to Stay Positive and Resourceful with a thing I call the NeuroSqueegee. At the end of last year, I asked if you could watch a series of videos that would provide really valuable information to you to stay positive and resourceful in your human experience. What topics would you want to cover? Actually, I don't think I asked about staying positive, but you asked me to share some insights into how to stay positive no matter what's going on. And so I think it's a great question. It's a super powerful question. It's important when we're talking about, when we're talking about just living, because so much happens during the day that looks like, oh my gosh, all this is happening to me. And it's really challenging for some people to embrace that actually all of this stuff that's happening to us or appears to be happening to us could really be happening for us, and that we could get a lot out of it. We could really use these experiences to up-level our experience and make our human experience even better. And so this idea of staying positive and empowered and resourceful comes up a lot in the work we do, and with the clients we work with, the amazing people in our community. The question comes up a lot: how do we stay positive and resourceful? Oftentimes when things are just crazy around us, when the people we're with are acting in negative and disempowering ways, when the people we want to support and the people we care about are feeling disempowered, and when we're feeling disconnected and disempowered ourselves. So I want to share with you a tool that I've discovered. I came up with this. It's based on science. It's based on neuroscience. It's based on neurolinguistic programming. It's based on psychology. And it's based on the spiritual experience of this human person. And so I want to share with you this thing I call the NeuroSqueegee. It's a very simple thing that allows our bodies to join forces with our mind and spirit to really create an atmosphere around us of resourcefulness. And I can tell you from my experience that resourcefulness is absolutely the number one characteristic I have discovered among the most successful people I've ever worked with. Why? Because it doesn't always go great. Sometimes we feel sad. Sometimes we feel disconnected. Sometimes we feel disempowered and alone. And sometimes we feel the deep fear associated with that and the sadness and all those feelings. But it doesn't have to be the end of it. That's only the beginning, because those feelings really are just energy flowing in our bodies. It doesn't have to be the measure of us. And so this NeuroSqueegee technique is an easy, simple way to redirect that energy from one of fear and isolation into one of hope and connection and certainty. Because when you stay certain about your ability to achieve your desires, you're going to be more likely to take those actions every day, even the tough ones, to get you toward those dreams and desires. So, NeuroSqueegee, 3 simple steps. The NeuroSqueegee requires first 3 deep, healing, nurturing, loving, self-loving breaths. We take the deep breath in through our nose, just real easy. I'll demonstrate one. All the way up to the top. And when you get to the top, take it a little bit more. Even more. Hold it in. Hold it really deep down inside yourself. Get that way down into your belly, way down into your base. And then exhale. Slowly through your lips. If you can, take the breath through your nose. It works even better. All the way into that core. Feel that oxygen circulating through your body, permeating through every cell, nourishing every cell, and then exhale. And as you exhale, imagine all that negativity and just gunk in your body just coming out into the universe. Big inhale. And then out. And then you let go of all that, what Tracy and I call that schmutz, all that spiritual schmutz. Let that go out into the universe, and the universe knows exactly what to do with it. The universe will transform it. The trees will convert that carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide into oxygen, all that yummy stuff that we need to breathe. It'll give it back to us tenfold. So as you breathe, you let all that stuff go. It's your body's best opportunity to simply relax, recalibrate, and be present in the moment. That's a really key factor to the NeuroSqueegee. Step number 2, reframe. So once you've breathed, reframe, look around you, take sort of ownership and take stock of what's going on around you. Recognize it as a simple reflection of what's going on inside your heart and mind and soul, and say, okay, this is what this situation looks like. How can I reframe this situation? How can I describe this situation in a way that's really empowering rather than disempowering? So, for instance, when I was diagnosed with cancer, I was told I had a rare form of leukemia. The leukemia had destroyed all of my bone marrow, and that I had 20% of the blood in my body that a healthy person would have. So, obviously, a fairly dire situation. I could have described that as a fairly dire situation. Instead, I recognized that my body is a healing machine. It's designed to heal itself perfectly, with ease and grace, without a second thought given it by my conscious mind. But I could influence that process with my conscious mind. And so I reframed that I was a healing machine, that our bodies are healing machines. I reframed that by adding that this experience was going to make a great speech someday. And it did, to tens and tens of thousands of people, survivors and caregivers who I've shared this story with and this message with for years. So really embracing that this was reframing and embracing the positive aspects of this experience allowed me to actually influence the experience, not influence the outcome. Like I wasn't really attached to the specific outcome of healing, but I was recognizing that my body's a healing machine and that my languaging and everything I'm going to put all my resources, my internal resources, to bear to influencing that experience. Make sense? So 3 deep breaths, reframe, and the final step of the NeuroSqueegee, number 3, is move. Take some action. Even if it's just moving your body, do something to anchor that new source of resourcefulness, that new sense of empowerment into your body. When you take action, the motivation for that action becomes more real for you. So if you say, I'm empowered, this is how I'm going to look at it, this is my reframe, and then do something, even if it's run around the block. I remember when my daughter was really little, she would get all jacked up and hyper and everything, and she'd say to me, she'd be angry or something in response to something, and I would say, go run around the house. And literally, she would run outside and run around the house. And she would come back, and she was reframed and re-present, and in the moment, makes the world a difference. I do it myself sometimes. So do something, take some action that will drive you towards really anchoring in the resourcefulness that you've invested a couple of deep breaths and invested that energy reframing into the moment. It will bring you right into the moment so you can attack and address all of the stuff that you have to deal with in the present moment at your most resourceful state. Now, some of that stuff you have to deal with, we call those toothpicks. We'll deal with that in another video. For now, take a moment, take 100 moments today to do a NeuroSqueegee for yourself so you can squeegee that negativity and that doubt and that fear right out of your body and your nervous system from head to toe, so every cell in your body can join you on your quest for that which you desire, because you're meant to, not because you're great, although you are, not because you're smart, although you are, not because you're beautiful, although you are, but because you are a divine spirit here on earth to have this and make this human experience the most you can. I'm here to help you do that. So for today, keep doing the NeuroSqueegee, keep practicing, share this video with everybody you know and care about, and you do that, and you just might be able to make today, never mind might, you absolutely will make today as amazing as you are. See you on the next video. Cheers.